Good morning, Pisces. Good morning. I hope you guys had a good night's sleep. I hope you woke up today feeling happy, safe, and peaceful. Thank you to everyone that has liked, commented, subscribed, and gave donations. Happy Thursday. All right, let's pull one of these. This is by Maruka X. We also have the Fool card, and that is Mystical Peaks. Spirit, angels, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me with this message today for my beautiful Pisces people, my Pisceanos. What messages do we have for Pisces? We have feeling. You can make others feel what you feel. Your energy inspires energy. Just be careful with what you invoke or inspire in others, because it will come back to you. So instantly with the Fool card, I'm so sorry, I felt somebody that was running off of emotion, like they didn't have no more sense anymore. Like it's somebody, this is the card of taking a leap of faith, but I felt it more like normal. I don't know if this is you or somebody else, but normally you're a strong thinker. You're like, I don't know, let me think about this situation and then I'll go. No, this one is like sheer emotion, sheer passion. It's like when you see this thing or situation in front of you, it's like, I'm not even thinking about it anymore. I just do it. I know it sounds not like I'm going to formulate it, but I can like feel it already, where it's you weren't thinking or this person wasn't thinking. And normally you do. Normally, you're not going to put yourself in a dangerous situation, like this person that's about to could fall off the cliff, right? But for whatever reason, you just do it, or some person does it. And I'm getting this feeling here. Now, you see, it says something about invoking, like somebody. I feel like this. I don't know. Like I don't know if you inspired someone to do something without thinking, or if someone inspired you to do something without thinking. And it was kind of a dangerous situation. I need to go deeper, Pisces. I'm not all the way there. Spirit, tell me more. Seven of Wands. Defensive. Six of Wands, success. And strength, which is courage. I'm feeling like a very couragey energy. Like I guess I'll give you the example, like okay, you see a burning building and then you go and you run into the burning building. Oh, something's coming to my mind. Okay, hold on. There was a movie from, I don't know if it was the 80s. It's just so random sometimes. I haven't seen or heard of these movies in forever. Next thing you know, boom, it's just there. But it was with, what's his name? Dustin Hoffman and Gina Davis. Yes, and there was another guy there. Andy Garcia. Aha, I remember them. All right, so the Dustin Hoffman character was not the type of person to stick his neck out for anybody. He did his shady dealings on the side there, but I think the mom said something, it was like against his religion to stick his neck out for other people, his ex-wife. And so there was a plane crash. Yes, there was a plane crash, and Gina Davis, which was this famous reporter, was on that plane, And, he witnessed the plane crash. He wasn't on the plane. He was outside of it. And then, he heard people screaming and it was on flames, and he was like, I'm not going in there. And I remember something about his shoes because he had expensive shoes on. He's like, oh, but something just made him do it. He's like, all right, yelling and screaming the whole time. Like, I'll do it. Okay. And he did it, and unintentionally, I guess, he winded up saving a lot of lives because, the plane was going to blow up. But he went kicking and screaming, just like the movie, the whole way. He was kicking and screaming the whole way. Like, all right. And I heard the movie basically was how he didn't get his reward because, he really wasn't even expecting something in return. He saved a lot of people. His intention wasn't even that. It was just some type of force that came and just made him do something against, like, almost his will. Like, he had free will, but it was almost against his will, made him do something heroic. And he did it, but he never got the glory for it. Someone else took the glory, I don't know why. I think they assumed it was the other guy, the Andy Garcia character, but I don't know. So when the only reason he wanted to come forward at a certain point was because there was some type of $1 million prize money. And he's like, what? When he needed money, I think he was going to jail or something. I don't remember. So that's the only reason he came forward. But no one would believe that he was the hero because of his history, his past, what he, who he was. It's like the wife said, it's against his religion to stick his neck out for anybody else or help other people, So it was very hard to believe, challenge, Six of Wands, that this person could be a hero. We do have the Seven of Wands here, Pisces. This is the feeling of being very defensive. So I feel like there is something that you have accomplished or some type of courage that you showed. And for whatever reason, you're feeling like you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. I feel that people don't look at you as the heroic type. Now, bear with me. Maybe it's because of your past. Maybe because of how you say things. It was kind of like that guy, like, all right, I'm coming. I don't know. There's something where people are like, oh, that's not your typical hero. Like that. Maybe it's a biker. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm feeling. Like something like that. Maybe it's with all those tattoos and all that leather. Maybe you scare people sometimes with all your stuff. Your the way you are. And it's like, no, not that one. Or maybe they just don't see you as being the person that could do something. I'm not saying save people out of a burning building or plane or anything. I'm saying that it doesn't fit, that's the feeling. Something doesn't fit here. Something was inspired. You got inspired to stick your neck out, to do something that you typically wouldn't do, and I feel some type of complaining along the way. But, sometimes God calls on you, and I think you guys are starting to recognize when God tells you, listen, I know you don't want to do this, but I need your help. And I've helped you, right? And you're like, yeah, and then he comes and he tells you, can you do this for me? And you're like, yeah, sure, God, let's go. Let's do it. So I'm kind of feeling Bernie LaPlante. I just remembered his name, Bernie LaPlante. I'm not saying you're him and you're a criminal. Please follow me. All I'm saying is that I feel like God is going to ask you to either help or do something that is not typically in the realm of what you would do. A lot of you have learned to be more cautious in life. Walk on the safe side of the street, right? Like, your safety, because you've learned what happens if you don't stick to the road. But there's a feeling here of something getting inspired within you that's going to make you act like a fool, and it's not foolish. It's just, it's God. Like, God is asking you to stick your neck out for a situation. But let's go deeper and see what else. Spirit, tell me more. Sorry. King of Swords. See how we got the Temperance, the feeling, and the King of Swords. King of Swords is all mind. It's all intellect, you know, high intelligence. Four of Swords, one more. Three of Pentacles, cooperation, courage to work. Hold on, let me start here. Feeling, King of Swords, like you got to be smart on how you're going to get up this mountain. You know, you can have a feeling, and you can have like somebody can invoke something within you, right? But you need to have the steps. Like, how do I accomplish this? And so you do have a mind. You're not just somebody inspired a feeling, but you're just not, okay, that's it. There's no logic. There's no, no. You got a feeling, you got inspired, but you were like, rule number 1. Rule number 2. Rule number 3. Like you're very like, this is how we're going to do it. So this feeling that gets inspired within you, also, you didn't lose your mind. You did. There's something that God has called you to do, but you also, your feelings, whatever was inspired or invoked it within you also came with a set of how we going to do this, This is how it's going to get done type of feeling. I hope I'm making sense. All right. We got the 7 of Wands and the Temperance. So this is a very like defensive energy. And we also got like see, that's how I feel you, like a Temperance, like it's a good flow. So even though you feel like defensive for the situation that you're about to walk into, like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't want to, but God asked me or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do this. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let me go. It's kind of like that burning the plant energy. Like, let me go open this, airplane and let these people out, and it's not that you didn't want to. It's just that it really was. There's something here that's very risky. Like that plane could have blown up right there. And normally you would, be like, oh, nope. But there's something here where some feelings get inspired within you. And it's the Holy Spirit. There's something bigger that's asking you, just do it. And you're like, mother, sure. And there's a good flow of it. So the feeling is like, even though you have these strong feelings of I don't want to, you also notice that it's working. Like something is working. So this should be your confirmation, Pisces, when it's like, okay, it was something I didn't want to do. It was something I got inspired to do or got pushed to do in a certain way. I got out of my comfort zone in this situation. And yeah, it wasn't perfect. There was like roadblocks in front of it. But at the same time, by George, I think she's got it or he's got it. It's like, it's been working. Like you see how it's been progressing. Like something has been progressing. That is the Holy Spirit. You did listen to something. Your feeling that got inspired here and got invoked and you're here rushing to do something that you normally wouldn't do was something that was made you do it. It was God. It was the feeling. What's great is that you can feel when something is bigger than you and something needs to get done. And it's not going to be perfect. 7 of Wands there with all them roadblocks. It's just not. But you notice you keep battling the herds. And you're like, it's only a higher power, Pisces, that can keep making you jump those blocks, those roadblocks. And you're like, oh, I made it out. Oh, we got that. Oh, well, that happened. Huh. That's what I'm feeling here. We got this strength and the 3 of Pentacles. This is a form of cooperation. This is a form of manifesting. I love this image. This is very Pisces like. This is like when you may be the visionary in a situation and you need the help of others. And next thing you know, you start realizing that, oh, there's a ladder there. There's been a lot of ladders. I think ladders have a spiritual meaning. I don't know, but there's been a lot of ladders. I've been seeing that too. But anyway, I think it's something about moving up or moving on up, not to the east side, but to to a deluxe apartment in the sky. So maybe some of you are getting a nicer apartment or a nicer place or a nicer home. That could mean that as well, but hold on, focus. Okay, so next thing you know, that Holy Spirit energy that started going through you, that invoked a feeling or like something that you needed to do, right? It starts manifesting in front of your face. Look at that. It starts like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I did that. You know, something told me to go take this leap of faith, and I'm typically the person that is here thinking, oh no. But since I got that feeling, I was like, you know what? We're going to do this, fine. But I'm still using my noggin. I'm still going to make sure that I don't fall off this cliff. I'm going to do steps, and I don't know. There was something here, Pisces, about thinking something through or making sure that you're still being reasonable, right? It's not just you looking like this. Here I come to save the day. You know, like that type of feeling. What was that? But it pays off. Your courage, your strength manifests. And then you're like, this is what you wanted, Holy Spirit? I see it. Ooh, I also felt, Pisces, a lot of you are going to have a lot of creativity that's coming to you as well. Like there's something here about that too. Maybe you're just getting really good at listening to it. Something's opening up for you. Like creatively. I don't know. I did feel that. Oh, this might be a form of repayment as well. Like you get repaid with like, okay, like you listen and we did it and you had the strength and the courage to do it. And now you're left with this energy of now go be blessed and create more, create other things or do other things or be Pisces, you know? All right, let's see here. 6 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. So I get a feeling that and I'm going to try my best. God bless you guys for tolerating me in my weird way. Remember I was saying in the movie how he had a big problem with he didn't want the recognition of the knowledge, but when it came to the money, he was like, okay, I'm gonna go get that money now. Like I gotta go claim that money, like because they were, you know, he's like, wait a minute, like I don't care about being no hero, I just want to get the money right at the end of it. So there's something here that a lot of you, it doesn't sit well with you to get a lot of praise or a lot of recognition. It just doesn't sit well with you. So I'm trying to figure out where this works because I could see there. 4 of Swords is like being in an energy of peace and relaxation, and then and you're having a problem with this, right? You see that the 6 of Wands is the praise, is the recognition. I'm number one, and people, yay! So I don't know. It's like you're not in this for the money. You're not in this for, you're not in this for the praise. You're not in this for like the people's attention. Some of you don't want people to look at you. I've heard it before in your readings. Don't look at me. Why is that person looking at me? You know, so I feel that. And I know there's my extroverted people out there, but you still don't like all those eyes on you because you're very spiritual and you know how all those eyes and what they mean and what they carry behind them, right? So there's something here with that. Like, So I do feel where I think, and I don't want to say this the wrong way, you will get repaid. You will have compensation for, in one way or another. For some of you, I do feel like more creativity that could lead to money, right? And in another way, I do feel just a like a big lump sum, like a reward type of money. I know it sounds weird, but there's some type of reward here. But let me see what else. Let's see the advice. All right, what advice do we have for Pisces? 2 of Wands. The Emperor. The advice. This is adversity. This is showing strength in the face of adversity. Look at this man that's out there in the woods. And the mountains, right? Oh, the mountains, so beautiful. On the top of the mountain. Moving mountains. This person is staring at mountains. We got a lot of mountains here. So you could tell this person is trying to map out how he's going to do something, right? You see that. And this is the Emperor is also another form of strength and, confidence and power and control in this. So strength in adversity is what I'm getting here. Some of you do good in the face of danger, or in that critical moment, or in that like do or die situation, right? Like you guys are good at this moment. Like, so, and another example, where it's not all just running into a burning plane or whatever this is. When you see, let's say it's a person, and maybe this person is unhinged, let's just say. And sometimes unhinged people say stupid things, right? But instead of you showing lack of control and self-control, and maybe they do deserve it. Maybe they do deserve to be told the truth about themselves, You understand that is not going to do anything for you. So you show control. Look at that man. Like, I'm too smart to let you pull me into that situation or that topic. You actually even feel sorry for the person because you can see where they do not have strength in adversity, where there's a difficult situation and they can't handle it. It's not to say that you're not like that, Pisces, because I know you need a minute sometimes. You need a break. Take it. But I just see where you have this ability now where something could be falling apart, something dangerous, something crazy, and you know how to keep your head together and you know how to keep calm, cool, and collected type of energy. Your way, of course. The Bernie LaPlante way, which is, I'm not saying you're a bunch of cursing, people out there, you know what I mean? But it's just, you kind of been through stuff. Have you ever seen like an older man and they're just like non-tolerant, They have worked hard, they have raised children, they, have, just a lot of different things in their life. They've seen it, been it, I don't got time for the dumb things. Let's just cut to the chase. I don't have time for your reindeer games, as my boyfriend says. So they're not always going to be, rainbows and sunshines and smiling their way through adversity. No. They're going to do it their way. And sometimes it may come off a little bit cold, but they'll get the job done. And that's what I'm feeling. I hope this is making sense. All right. Let's do career and money. Which deck? Let's do this deck. That was a good movie. Spirit, tell me more. The Death card. Eight of Cups. Four of Swords. Page of Wands. Something could be like life and death. That's all right. So this could be with work, or this could just be in general. It's just energy, and I read it, Pisces. Wow. Something takes you out of your comfort zone, right? Like normally you're like, I'm minding my business, keeping to myself, and something makes you get up. Something makes you move. Something puts a fire under you and makes you do something. And I feel why. It was a serious situation, a possible like do or die type of situation, and you had to get up, And so I am feeling that energy here where you had to make moves. Eight of Cups, like you had to go somewhere. You had to make a change. You had to make a move. You had to do something. You had to be the person that went into action. You know, so I feel like where some of you have been in a place of mind my business, you know, that ain't my problem. The Holy Spirit, Three of Pentacles, is here, which is to me the Holy Spirit, Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, inspires you and invokes something in you. And you're not going to be, you know, the most perfect person for the job, you know, like you're not, you know, dressed as an angel, you know, with flowers and, you know, all these things. You're going to be you, and you're going to go in there and you're going to do what you got to do. There's action that's being taken here. So this could also be with work as well too, you know, like where there's something in your job that you see an opportunity in. You see an opportunity here, and you're typically the person at work to say, I'm going to just stay in my lane and keep quiet and keep to myself. But now you're noticing, wait a minute, this could, if I don't do this, if I don't make a move here, I can either become complacent or there can be a problem. So you find yourself making moves, maybe in secret too. Some of you may be considering leaving or moving on from something, or taking some type of risk when it comes. I feel a lot of risk, but I also feel rewards, Pisces. Some type of risk here. Like a risk and a reward. Like you're going into action. Page of Wands is action too. And he's got the confidence as well to do it. So there is something here that feels very different energetically about you. You're more moving. You know what I mean? Like you're doing more. Make sure you take care of yourself and your body. Be good to your body. All right. Because I do feel where something like is coming and telling you, please do this. This is good for you. This is good for someone else. And please do this. You know? And you just felt it. Kicking and screaming. Oh, okay. But we're going to do this. My way. My way. It's fine. Do it your way, Pisces. I did it my way. Spirit, tell me more. Abundance, comparison, and change. We also got the understanding here. So a lot of you have been wondering, where's your abundance? Now, I always take abundance as financially, but I know it's more like freedom, like your time. You know, being happy, being peaceful, you know. So hold on, it's formulating. So I have this change here, and it's in reverse as well. Like it's like saying that nothing was changing. So in comparison, it's like you've always been a little different, Pisces, and the second you stop comparing yourself to somebody else or something else in life, everything really starts opening up to you. You live by a different set of rules. Look at this understanding here. See this bird here, and you have the other birds that are saying, hey, move this way, so you can get through the thing. That is you. That is you listening to all your spirit angels and all your people that are trying to guide you in order to get out of the prison that you got yourself into or someone else put you in. You know, either whether it's your own mind or somebody else being an asshole. But yeah, it's like things start changing for you the second that you realize you don't live by their rules. You don't live by the things that people are trying to tell you or told you to be, or how to you have your own, which you have formulated through an instinct, a gut feeling, a voice that you hear, and then there's your way, that other Pisces side that has learned things the hard way here on earth. So it is a form of your way. That song by Frank Sinatra is basically talking about a lot of failures that he has had in his life, but he was successful at the end. You know, so he may not have had the easiest run in life. I can't remember all the words. Maybe I'm not supposed to, but he hasn't had the easiest run in life, and he still made it somewhere, wherever he wanted to go, and he did it his way. So that's what I'm getting here, Pisces. Let me see if I missed anything else. Yeah, there's something here about not doing it for anything other than your feelings and what you're formulating, and you will achieve what you need to achieve. The people who need to be proud of you will be proud of you, if that makes any sense. All right, Pisces, I hope you liked the reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.